So, you've probably played around with an AI chatbot, asked it to write an email, maybe even a silly poem, right? Well, if you think that's the AI revolution, you're only seeing the tiny, tiny tip of the iceberg. The real story, the one that's about to change literally everything, is happening just beneath the surface. Let's dive in. Okay, we're all pretty used to AI as this, a partner in conversation. But what if that was just the warm-up act? Seriously, what if your AI could do more than just talk? What if it could actually do stuff for you?
And I don't mean just, finding you a link on Amazon. I'm talking about something way bigger. What if it could literally pick up the phone, call local stores, check if they have what you want, wait for the price to drop, and then just buy it for you, all on its own? This isn't some sci-fi fantasy, folks. This is the key to understanding where all of this is really heading. But look, to really get where we're going, we first have to understand where we are right now. And right now, we are smack in the middle of an absolute gold rush. The chatbot market, it's not just a passing trend. It's a massive, massive economic engine. $27.29 billion. Let that sink in for a second. That's the projected value of the AI chatbot market by 2030. We're talking about a market that's growing at over 23% every single year. That's just wild. So what's fueling this rocket ship? It's pretty simple, actually. It all comes down to the bottom line. And this chart, this right here is the why. It's all about raw efficiency. Check this out. The average AI interaction costs about 50 cents. Compare that to a human agent, which is around $6. That's not a small difference. That is a 12 times cost difference. For any business out there, a number like that isn't just a nice little improvement, it's a complete game changer for how they operate. And the financial incentives are just staggering. I mean, look at these numbers. Businesses are seeing average returns on investment of well over 100%. They're saving, on average, over $300,000 a year. And get this, it's predicted that by 2025, a whopping 95% of customer interactions will be powered by AI. So the takeaway here is crucial. This isn't just hype. It's a fundamental shift in how business is done. Okay, so whenever you have a market this valuable, with this much money flying around, you know what comes next, right? A fight. And right now, a new battle for AI dominance is really heating up, and the whole landscape is changing fast. For what feels like a long time, ChatGPT has been the undisputed king of the hill. And yeah, it's still holding a huge lead with over 72% of the market. But look a little closer at that chart. See Google's Gemini? It has more than doubled its traffic share in just the last year, surging up to almost 14%. So what's their secret weapon? This quote from analyst Shay Ballor, it just nails it. Google's big advantage is what she calls its distribution moat. Think about it. They're baking Gemini right into Google Search, into every Android phone, into Workspace. They are funneling billions of their existing users straight into their AI. It's a classic, brilliant strategy, and it is absolutely working. But honestly, this whole market battle, it's kind of a sideshow. The real main event, the thing that's truly profound, is the evolution in what AI can actually do. We're making the jump from AI that just chats to AI that acts. This is the leap from chatbot to what we call an autonomous agent. And the difference here is it's fundamental. A basic chatbot, it's reactive. It follows a script, it responds to keywords. But an autonomous agent, that's a whole different beast. It can actually demonstrate reasoning. It can plan, it can strategize, and it can take action in the real world to complete a goal. It's the difference between a glorified FAQ page and a real, honest-to-goodness personal assistant. Now, I know this might sound a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete. Let's go back to that shopping idea I threw out at the beginning, because this isn't theoretical. Google has already started rolling this out. And this just perfectly illustrates the shift. You don't give it a bunch of commands. You just state your goal. I want this jacket. The agent then figures out the steps and executes them. It calls stores. And yes, you heard that right. It actually places automated phone calls. It checks their inventory. It keeps an eye on the price for you. And then, with your say-so, it completes the purchase using Google Pay. It's a multi-step project manager, not just a simple chatbot. Okay, so if AI is evolving from these simple chatbots into powerful agents that can perform complex tasks, what does that mean for computing itself? Well, researchers believe this is pointing to an entirely new paradigm, a fundamental rethinking of how we interact with all of our devices.
And this brings us to a concept called the AIOS, or Artificial Intelligent Operating System. Now, this is a revolutionary idea where the large language model, the brain behind the chatbot, isn't just another app on your phone or computer, it is the operating system. It's the core of the kernel that manages everything.
So, in this brand new ecosystem, if the LLM is the new OS, then these autonomous agents we've been talking about, your shopping agent, maybe a travel agent, a coding agent, they become the new applications. This table here makes the analogy so clear it's almost poetic. In your traditional OS, you've got the kernel at the center. In an AIOS, you've got the LLM core. The old user interface of pointing and clicking, that gets replaced by just talking, by natural language prompts. And the most important part, apps as we know them are replaced by these autonomous agents that use tools like APIs, web search, you name it, to actually get things done for you. All right, let's pull all of this together. 3 big things to remember. First, the chatbot boom is a multi-billion-dollar economic reality, not just some tech hype. Second, the real revolution here isn't about making AI better at conversation. It's about building AI that can act on your behalf. And finally, all of this is pushing us toward a completely new model for computing, the AI operating system. And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most critical question of all. In a world where the operating system understands plain English, and these agents are the new apps, the barrier to creating powerful, world-changing software could practically disappear. The only limit, really, is going to be your imagination. So I'll leave you with this. What will you build?